Brittany. So today's gonna be a back in time watches video, and today I'll be talking about the first time that I've watched Batman Returns. And of course, it's such a great sequel to Batman, and Tim Burton directed this. He directed it so well, so I think it just got, I don't know, I think maybe it probably did better than the first. Um, yeah, definitely great. And wait, hang on. Is that a bug? I can't tell if that's a bug on my TV or not, but it's small, but it flies. So anyway, um, so I think I've seen this movie probably a few times when I was quite little, but maybe not as often. And I think that's only because it did have this dark tone to it, and because certain parts wouldn't quite sit well with me. I think especially towards the ending, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that's what it is. And so I think it wasn't until when I got a bit older, like when I was a teenager, that then I was watching Batman Returns a bit more. But even when I did, there are some things, of course, that I do like about it, and some things I didn't or still don't. Like certain parts, I would say, okay, why did they have to show that? But then, of course, I would say even when I did watch it, mostly, like I said, when I did watch it a bit more as a teen, I still liked it. I still enjoy watching it. But of course, I think what like I said, and even the cast is great. I love the performances. Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito, and Christopher Walken. They all did such a great job with their performances in this movie. But I think there's just some things I came to realize, like, okay, I do like this movie, but it's just not my favorite Batman movie. Well, mostly because I did see, of course, it has this gloomy, you know, dark atmosphere to the movie, which sets with the movie quite well. It does, and it just pretty much blends in with everything, like with the characters and the story itself, and with everything else that's going on. But like I said, so as much as I did liked, well, yeah, as much as I did like watching it, um, yeah, at the same time, I did came to realize, like, okay, I really like this movie. It's a good Batman movie, but it's just not my favorite because of the fact that I had this, dark tone to it, and because there are certain things that they do show, that I was like, oh, okay, why did they do that? Like, I just didn't quite like the part how Penguin bit the guy's nose and it was gushing out blood. So it's like, why? And even the part where Christopher Walken pushes Selena right out the window from his office, and she either fell to her death, I think, and then cats were walking all over her, biting her. So somehow I think she comes back, she came back alive from the cats. That's another thing I'm confused of, is that, did she really die? Did she somehow fell to her death when he pushed her, or did she was unconscious, but then somehow she was woken up by these cats, or if she somehow did die for a moment, but then when the cats came in and walking all over her, biting her fingers, and because even you can see when the cats are biting her fingers. You can see like her eyes are like twitching. So I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know if that was like a way of like her coming back new, like coming back as a completely different person. Because, you know, that's what it seemed like. Because of course afterwards we see that her personality and everything about her just completely changed. You know, like she became this different person. And of course she did end up being Catwoman. So yeah, you know, that's what happened. But I'm still wondering, like, did she die when she fell? When he pushed her? Or was she just unconscious and the cats woke her up by biting her? Or if she did die for at least a moment and then the cats brought her back? I don't know. I'm still kind of confused with that part. But yeah, I just didn't like how he pushed her though, because it just shows you like, okay, he's the bad guy. Like, he may not be Batman's arch nemesis or anything, but he's still nonetheless a bad guy himself, because he plays this very corrupt businessman, you know, in the movie. And oh, I'm trying to remember, what was he trying to do? He was trying to steal, oh my gosh, what was he trying to do again? He was trying to steal, I think, Gotham's power, like, or I don't know, was he trying to either steal something or trying to corrupt something within Gotham's power system? Oh man, I forgot. I would have to go back and try to do some research on that and try to read about it again, because I completely forgot. But I do remember it has something to do with Gotham's power system. So, and I think because of that, of what he was trying to do, I think that's why in that bizarre dream I had, that's why when he died and came back, that he came back with electric powers, because that was something he was trying to do. And not just that, I think that's what it could have meant in the dream. But I think it was both things. I think when he died and came back, I think it was because how Catwoman killed him when she electrocuted him, but also because what he was trying to do, that's what he became. So it's kind of like both things, you know? Oh, and for those who probably don't know about this bizarre dream I had, please go check that out. And for those who are Batman fans and fans of Batman Returns, then I highly recommend you check out that video, because yeah, I'm not gonna mention the whole dream because that is mentioned in that video, so please check it out. And leave a comment down below of what you thought of the dream, because I think that's something that could have happened. I think if the writers somehow chose to go in that direction, they could have done that. But I think they probably thought, oh, this would be a good way for Catwoman to kill him, you know. So it's like, I think that was just somehow they thought, oh yeah, this will be a good way for her to kill him since what he did to her. So let's just give him this, like, you know, horrendous, you know, very graphic, electrocuted death. So it's like, okay. I mean, just seeing him afterwards was just quite graphic, and it's like, ugh, I don't want to see that. And plus his eyes were, like, it seemed like his eyes were popping out of his eye sockets, so it's like, ugh. And plus, since he was, like, really burnt by the really bad electrocution, so it's like, okay, I don't want to see that because there's times where, of course, when I see that and then I'm like, like, okay, no, mm-mm, I don't want to see that. But yeah, I think even that part, I think they probably should have not have really seen that. I think if they had shown that, they could have probably shown it from far, but seeing it so up close, with the camera, since the camera did like a close up when you see him right then and there, I don't know, I think it's just kind of disturbing. Oh, not kind of. It is. To me, I think this is just too graphic and a bit disturbing to see. So it's like, mm-mm. Sorry, no, I don't want to see that. And so I think that's one part I do not quite care for is seeing the aftermath of how he looked, after she killed him like that. So it's like I said, it's just too graphic. So, ugh, no. Um, but like I said, it's so like a great Batman movie. But also the ending, even after that, like it does get quite sad, especially because the Penguin dies. But here's the thing: even though he wasn't the good guy himself, but yet you kind of feel bad for him too at the same time because it's like he knew why his parents gave him up, when he was a baby, and how they didn't honor him. So it's like when he pretty much spent his life living in the sewer with these clowns. I think circus clowns, and so they were pretty much like family to him, and even the penguins themselves were like his family too. So it's like even though the things that he did in the movie were not good, it's like yet you can't help but feel bad because he didn't really have a family. He didn't have parents that wanted him, and he spent his life in the sewer. And it's like just when, even though he was doing things that weren't right, because I think he wanted to get revenge and even to get revenge on Batman, and it's like yet like when he dies, you can't help but feel bad, like hoping that some things could have turned out better for him, but he chose the wrong path. He did, but he chose the wrong path because he trusted Max Schreck, and of course, him trusting Max was like, okay, he's not the good guy here, he's the bad guy, and plus, and the thing is, because even when things got worse for him, that's when Max did not help him out because he just left. So it's like, that's how you know that you trusted the wrong person, is that when things are going wrong and that person's not there for you, and when you thought you trusted them and they just leave, like. And I'm mentioning that because you see that part in and he's about to make the speech, a public speech, but then you hear what Penguin said about the Gotham citizens behind their backs. So when they're hearing this from the Batcave, when Alfred is playing it, and yet when they're throwing what was it? I think either lettuce or cabbage at him and tomatoes, when they're like throwing food at him, and then he has his umbrella to cover him from food being thrown at him. But then, so yeah, that's the part where I think he was hoping Max would help him out in this situation, but he doesn't. He gets up, he leaves. Like, you see how he gives the Penguin a certain look, like sorry, can't help you out here, and then he just leaves, and then I think he feels, upset, and he just feels like, he just feels like the person that he trusted and the person he thought that could help him out doesn't, and he just leaves. And so I think that's where he gets so fed up where I think, yeah, that's where he was making the wrong choices at the end. And that's when things led to this craziness, by the end of the movie. So, yeah. And like I said, so as many times as I was watching it, when I was a bit older, when I was a teen, like I said, so as much as I liked watching it and enjoyed it, which I still do, but at the same time I thought, I really do like this movie, but it's not my favorite only because, with this dark tone that it has, like and like I said, so even though the dark tone is fine, it's just that I don't think I quite care for the dark tone of like when it comes to a Batman movie. But I think even with a gloomy gothic atmosphere, that I do like in a movie. And of course, like I said, I like everything else. And but with the dark tone itself and certain things that we see here and there, and even I think even towards the ending that did got dark, especially the way Catwoman, like I said, killed Max. I was like, okay, too graphic, very disturbing, like, and so yeah, like I said, I still like it. It's just that, yeah, it's just not my favorite, but of course I still like it. I still like to watch it. Um, but yeah. Oh no, I think it's not there. Was that even a bug? I'm sorry. I was just looking at the TV, so I'm like, was there really a bug there? Or did it look like one, but it wasn't? I don't know. So yeah, so anyway, but yeah, like I said, that's just my experience, and so, and like I said, so that was like the first time that I watched it, but I don't know. Oh wait, let me think. I think the first time I did watch it, I think I was quite young. I don't remember how old I was. I think I was maybe, trying to think, 7? Maybe 7 or 8. But I think when I did watch it, I think there are some things I was confused by. Some things I did not quite, understand at the time. And I do remember this though. I think I remember since, I was sitting on on the floor and looking up, at the TV, and then I think when it came to that part where it shows the aftermath of of Max Shrek, of his body, like how really burnt he looked, by the electrocution of how Catwoman killed him. So when he looked like that, like with his hair like sticking up and his mouth wide open and his eyes pretty much out of his eye sockets, that scared me. Not just that, but I think that was too much to see, especially for a young child. So I think seeing that, I think I really got scared because I remember I jumped back and I remember I jumped back really fast, and I was just like completely shocked and disturbed, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, what happened? So, and so yeah, I was just like, so yeah, I think I remember thinking like, did they have to show that? So yeah, I think that's why I didn't watch it a lot quite young, because knowing there are certain parts I didn't quite understood, and how that part towards the ending was just disturbing to see. So I think that's why. But of course, when I was rewatching it again, more as a teen, but of course still seeing that part itself, it was still disturbing and graphic, and I was just like, oh, okay, no. So even though I can handle even though there are some parts I can handle seeing, by the same time, if I really think that if it went too far and it's just too graphic and disturbing, then yes, like, okay, no, this is something I don't want to see. because I'm just that way. So, enough of that. But, but yeah, I remember there's times where I would rewatch it again and again, and like I said, I would still watch it. Like if I ever want to watch it, I would. And like I said, I still enjoy watching it, but just because it's not my favorite Batman movie doesn't mean that I don't like it, because I do. And of course I still enjoy to watch it because it's just like this fun, very entertaining and great Batman sequel to watch. So yeah. And so, for those who are fans of this movie, leave a comment down below and let me know of when you first watched Batman Returns. And so yeah, to see more like this, please subscribe, like the video, and you'll see more videos like this along with Dreamtime videos and movie reviews, movie discussions, and other fun things. Oh, and before I leave, I just want to say that now for those who follow me on Twitter, I've tweeted about doing a sit down slumber party video, so I will be doing that sometime this month. I don't know exactly when, like I don't know the date for sure, but it will be sometime this month. And yeah, I will do that, and I'll be talking about topics like it won't be live, it'll be a pre-recorded video, and like I said, it'll just be like a sit down slumber party video where I'm just talking to you guys, talking about topics like music, movies, dreams, and the paranormal. Yes, you heard right. We'll be talking about the paranormal too. So hold on tight and get ready for that. And I just want to say, since I will let you know when I'm going to do that video, and before I do, if you have any questions for me, leave a question down below, whether if it's about like a question about music, of my favorite songs or favorite movies, or any question about dreams, or about the paranormal at all, or if you have any questions that you have in mind that you want to ask those questions for me in the comments below, and I will save your questions and will answer your questions in that video. And like I said, I will be doing that sometime this month, but when I do, I will answer your questions in the video. And of course, I'll just be talking to you guys about topics that I will be talking to you about. Something I just want to share with you guys. Just a sit down video where I'm just talking about these topics to you, and like just have fun, and just something to talk about. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that. And so that's all for today. And also, just want to say real quick that when I do upload that video, I will set it as a premiere video, so be on the lookout for that. So I hope you enjoy this. Hope you enjoyed this video. So that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.